So, this is the deal with the oil spill. And we're going to be real blunt with you guys. This is we're not doing any bunnies and rainbows bullshit woo-woo talk with you on this oil spill thing, so get ready. You are spilling your own version of oil into your environment 24/7. And the entirety of this oil spill is an example, is script holding, is revealing to you what it looks like physically when you gush, or we like to sometimes call it fire hose out, fear, anger, low vibration, anxiety, you name it. If it is a low vibrational unconscious state, it looks really quite like that oil gush that's going on in your ocean. That's what it looks like energetically. So every time you think about that ocean situation, every time you see it on TV, hear it on the radio, read it on the internet, see it in a newspaper, every single time it comes to mind, you have an opportunity to ask yourself, what am I gushing? Because we'll tell you right now, a lot of you are gushing an enormous amount of fear because you're seeing that oil spill. Well, what it's doing is it's illuminating within you the fear that you're in. You're in fear anyway. Now you just have a physical representation of the experience you're having energetically. That's how it ties into John's question. You have a physical representation of an energetic experience. Now we hear somebody saying, but Eloheim, does that mean if we all stop being afraid, the oil will stop gushing out? Let's try it and see if it happens. And if it doesn't, you'd all be at such a higher vibrational state, and you'd be experiencing the world from such a different perspective that you'd be able to come up with far more answers, solutions, and options than you certainly can get when you're freaked out that you're going to kill off the ocean's population because you drove your car last week. Okay? You must take responsibility for your own gush. And your gush is low vibrational energetics, low vibrational emanation. And by low vibrational, we mean unconscious, unaware. That's why we give you all these tools. What is true now? Where am I lying to myself? And so on. Because we want to help you see where your own independent gush is occurring. And you get to see the animals, and they're all smeared with oil. And who doesn't get their heartstrings tugged by that? Right? Of course you do. That's a reasonable experience to have. But the bottom line is there again, script holding, showing you, giving you an example of what it looks like physically when you gush on other people and other beings on your planet. You gush on people every day. And that's what it looks like. Sticky, icky, you can't move, it doesn't feel good, it doesn't feel high vibrational, it doesn't feel healthy. It doesn't feel like it has a long-term prognosis of something that you want to participate in. It's exactly what it looks like energetically. And if you guys could see it, you'd be far more aware. But if you saw it, you'd be very overwhelmed if you didn't really have skills and tools to manage it. And that's part of the reason you don't see it, is because you don't have the skills and tools to manage it. But here you are listening to this, and you have the opportunity to say, what are my skills and tools to manage the gush that I do? And one of the main things you need to do is, what is in your lap? What is in your lap right now? What are you not wanting to deal with because you'd rather think about XYZ, the past, the future, the oil spill, the starving children in Africa, or whatever it is that you go to mentally to avoid dealing with the things that you're ashamed of, you're embarrassed of, you're lying about, you're uncomfortable about, you want to hide from, you don't want to deal with in whatever capacity. So when you look at that oil spill, there is your opportunity to ask yourself, how am I gushing? How am I spilling? What about me is overflowing out of me in an out-of-control way? Because really, that's what's going on. You all have energy and information and fears and anxieties that gush out of you in an out-of-control way. And that's what we try to help you with. That's what we have spent 7 years helping you with, 8 years now helping you with, is looking at the way you're habitual, looking at the way you gush, and then seeing if you can do it a different way. So that's, one of the main thing the book is for, is to have all these tools for handling situations in a new way. Because the old way has predominantly been suffering. And the new way is consciousness, which isn't easy, but it has ease in it, because you're not alone in it. You have some way of handling the environment you find yourself in a new way. So, will the rise of consciousness make the oil stop gushing? We don't know. But the rise of consciousness is going to make a lot of positive changes in your environment. So we would imagine it would support that change as well.